this evening, distinguished bouncing baby, ladies and gentlemen, you're you're welcome. It is another super exciting episode of FameIdols Hangout. And of course, we're here, we're live after an amazing weekend to keep you company exactly as it's supposed to be. Party man and woman, how is you? Number 13 day in the month of July 2026. And if I do say so myself, we are just gliding through this month. I mean, it seems the numerous rainfalls, the back-to-back rainfalls happening in my side of Lagos is making the month to be fast. Just now, we don't almost share this month into two. So I'm super excited to be here as always. You know, after a wonderful weekend, OC Target gentlemen, I'm always super elated, super pumped, and very ready for another lineup of interesting stories. This is FameIdols Hangout. This is where we'll talk about all that's happening in the entertainment space. This is where we'll talk about all the juiciest of gists and gossips from your favorite celebrities. And I've got Joy doing this with me every day, all day. Joy, good evening this evening.
Yes, so Sita, thank you. Good evening. How are you? Hope the weather is good over your side. Well, the weather is cool in my area, but the weather is cold. You know, when I say cold, like it's cold. How is it, my beautiful, handsome, amazing fans? How is the weather where you are? Please, we want to hear from you. Are you cold? Are you warm? It depends on where you are. Please let us know. We want to hear from you because we love you so much. And today, here on Fame Idols, we are here again with beautiful, so gossip. Yes, this is gossip. Yes. Well, you know what? It's gossip because it is what is happening inside your entertainment industry. Yes, the lives of your beautiful celebrities, handsome celebrities. Next, you want to know what is happening, and please, wherever you're watching us from, please follow us on www.fameidols.com. We want to hear from you. Okay, how do you see what they say? Because here on Fame Idols, we don't just tell you what your celebrities say. No, there are so many things you could take home with you. Okay, there's something you can learn. If you're an upcoming artist, there are one or two things that you can take home with you and add to what you know. Yes, and if you have that beautiful talent you want to showcase to the world, don't forget to follow us on our site www.fameidols.com. Yes, you can show your talents there and somebody will be watching you. You can never tell who will call upon you. Well, Osita, let's continue.
Yes, of course. Let's continue ASAP. As it's our customs and traditions here on FameIdols Hangout. I mean, we always give you the headlines, let you know what to expect on today's show. And that's what we're about to do right now. Now, our very own Kiekie is in the news. People are wondering why it seems that Kiekie is not always, doing collaborations here and there. So it makes people wonder, is it pride or is it that she doesn't just like doing collabos? So she finally speaks on that and will let you know exactly what she said as the show progresses. Davido is also in the news, coming out to say his biggest fear is not knowing when to quit music. It's one thing to start, it's another thing to leave, like come outside and officially say, I'm done, I'm not doing again. So he says his biggest fear is not knowing when to quit. And people are asking, are you thinking of quitting? Do you ask for our permission before quitting? Now worry, just punk me. We'll tell you everything the video said. Peller is in the news. I mean, we'll hear wedding bells already in less than 18 days. Yes, in less than 18 days, wedding bells from Peller and Jarvis. We go yarn on the full matter as the also in the news, making a statement that got people thinking. This particular statement burst online. There was a lot of dragging, a lot of putting. A lot of people already said no. They don't drag them. So just punk me. Yeah, punk me. We'll let you know exactly what Funnybone said. And Diamond Platnumz in the news of, I don't know, it's like as we're hearing wedding bells, we're also hearing breakfast bells. So punk me, Oyan on the full matter as the show the progress. All you have to do is sit back and relax, like, share, and leave us comments. We want to hear from you. We want to know you exactly what you feel concerning each and every story we're going to be treating today. So leave us comments. Let us hear from you. But that being said, before we dive right into the stories for today, please I'm going to beg. I know it seems I've been saying it like a command since. So now I'm going to beg. FameIdols Hangout Season 2 is coming. And I'm pleading because it would be a shame for you to see the perfect opportunity to make judicious use of your talent to make money for yourself. First prize, whooping 1 million naira. Second prize, 250,000 naira. Third prize, 100,000 naira. It not they happen anywhere again. This is as I look at the criteria, I mean things that you're supposed to do before you're able to chocolate this particular, it's looking like giveaway. It seems like we are just doing this free because come on, the tasks are very simple. That talent you actually have, that talent that's God given, something that you enjoy doing, do it and make money for yourself. Get signed up on our site www.fameidols.com. I take that again, www.fameidols.com, and follow our WhatsApp channel and every social media platform for you to get timely information on how exactly to participate in this particular competition. And for people that might not be able to participate online, that is, submit their video online, we're going to be opening it for people in Lagos, Nigeria, to be able to participate and record your video in a physical venue. If you look at all these criteria, you would see that we want you to come and chop our money. We want you to win. We want the best for you. We want to celebrate that God-given talent for you, because if you want to complain about not being able to follow through the process, come to our physical venue in Lagos and follow through the process. All you have to do is follow us across every social media platform so you stay updated on Fame Idols Got Talent Season 2. We are back. We are bigger. And we are better. That being said, we'll dive right into the story for today. Now, Nigerian content creator, I'm talking about Bukumi Adeaga Ilori, better known as Kiekie, has explained why she would never collaborate with some of her colleagues in the entertainment industry. Speaking in a recent podcast interview, she stated that she can never partner with any skit maker that are too vulgar and indecent. Defending her decision, she noted that it does not align with her brand. I would never collaborate with any skit maker that is too vulgar. I will not be able to collaborate with them. The interviewer said, give me one name. That is, the person was asking, okay, those people that you say they are too vulgar, those people that you feel that their jokes are not, or should I say they are comedy, they say vulgar things, in fact. The interviewer asked for one name and she responded, let me think about it. I don't have a name of one, but I have seen quite a number of them. So if you are too much breast, not that I have a problem with it, but it just doesn't align with my brand. According to Kiekie, my inability to collaborate with you doesn't mean that I look down on what you do or I don't see your hard work. I recognize your hard work, but we just don't align. It will affect the way my own brands it will affect the way my own brand are approaching my own work. Yes. So according to her, if you know you are vulgar, if you know you are not decent enough, you will not be able to work with Kiekie. Fans started listening. Immediately, fans started listening, fans started saying a lot of things. Some people started calling names immediately. People started saying, okay, that means very soon we should see a Kiekie and Sabino's collaboration. Somebody said, that is why I always respect Brother Shaggy, Samuel Perry, because his jokes are always straightforward and straight to the point. But Kiekie is a skit maker. But I do not see, her pattern, or should I say her style of skits, might not really go down well with a lot of skit makers. At what point in Kiki's skits, like I've watched a couple of her videos, and she is one very hilarious person. But I'm just trying to imagine at what that indecent part of skit making, that part whereby they are showing body parts that are supposed to be kept private. At what point in the kind of skits Kiekie does would you include such things? So I actually see things from her standpoint. I see things from where she's coming from, because it is not particularly easy. A lot of people believe that for you to go viral on social media, you have to be indecent. You have to do a lot of things that are not societally approved for you to be able to go viral. So there are a lot of skit makers out there that, for a lot of reasons, I will not be calling them. Kiekie did not call them, so I will not call them too. But there are a lot of them that you cannot watch their skits with your 5-year-old brother or niece. It's not possible. Joy.
You know what Kiki said shows that, that is our way of doing our things. Are you getting? Somebody said that people have principles and we should respect it that way. That is justice. Some people were complaining because somebody was saying, "Oh, these people." Because I'll say it exactly the way the fan said it. The fan said that when you never blow, if they call you, you no go answer. Now you can't they talk of this kind thing. Are you getting? That is her. Okay, let me say yes. When she never blow, I don't know about when she never blow, but for someone that is upcoming, yes, the person might answer. I'm just saying it. Even if it's some people will answer yes. They'll come and do your skit, whatever you ask them to do, they will do. And some people will still have what they cannot do. Are you getting? But some people might do some things that, oh, okay, let me just act in this skit. Let me do this. Let me do this in this skit. But by the time they have their own brand, by the time they have, by the time they're able to define this is what I want to do, and they have some backing to back it up, you will see that they start, removing what they don't want. What they don't want, they sieve it. I want this, I don't want this. So it not you cannot. I don't see why people should have a problem with what she said. Okay, another man said something that she said what she said. If you have a problem with that, with what she said, that means you have a really big problem because she said this respectfully. It does not mean that she does not value what you were doing. Okay, it is you. That is how you want to do your own. But that is her. Are you getting? That is her. Somebody was saying, oh, they want to push name to her mouth, but she used sense. When she was saying that there are many of them, but I can't think of any name right now. That's how to do a proper interview. That's what the fan said. Okay. Another fan said that this is why I love her content. Yes, this is why I love her content. Okay. But somebody was saying that you collaborated with DJ Chicken, who is more vulgar than that one. I know some people are looking for faults, okay, but whatever it is, whether you agree or you don't agree, I choose to stand with that fan that said people have principles. Okay, it is you need to have principles. As a human being, you need to have some boundaries. You cannot just be doing everything goes. Okay, if maybe before you were doing everything goes, a time should come where you should define your brand. Okay, know what you stand for so that people will know that this is what you stand for. Not everything goes. You do everything. It seems as if you will not focus. You just scatter. That kind of thing. It's somehow. So I don't know what's it that
Joy.
I don't see a problem with what she said. You want to
But
say something,
the
Rosie?
funny thing about building a brand is there would always be progress. I would always make reference to Peter Edochie because he's one of the most principled people I've come across. Somebody challenged me one particular time and said I should look for a kissing scene involving Peter Edochie and another lady. I should look for one, not more than one, just one kissing scene where you'd see Peter Edochie. Until today, I never see her. I've not actually seen one kissing scene that you'd see. As in, it's so funny how I saw a couple of movies that Pete Edochie did when he was much younger. I saw some of them. There were movies that he did when he was younger, but I did not see one that was a kissing scene. It's so crazy. What I'm actually driving out is Kiki is coming out to say she actually respects your craft. She values what you're doing, but she cannot associate your brand with. And somebody is going back to say when she was upcoming that she would answer every call, but now that she's no longer. See, there is a reason she's no longer upcoming. There is no two ways about it. There's a reason
Yes.
she's no longer upcoming. Even me, whenever I reach the level we say Kiki Day, it get places where I no fit go. It's not pride, it is just the way it is. Everybody actually knows what they want for their brand, except if you are probably not the person building the brand yourself. As long as you are building a brand, especially in the entertainment space, there are places you would not go. I was telling you people right here on FameIdols a while ago. There was a particular movie set we were supposed to be on in Enugu State. I would not mention the exact place in Enugu State, but then, okay, I'll go mention the place. Let them come for me. I'll be Enugu boy. Let them come for me. We're supposed to shoot a movie in Ugwaji in Enugu State. And then we reached out to you, Ledoche, that they would like him to play the lead role of this particular movie, and the major location is Ugwaji. You, Ledoche, said he's not coming. He said he's not coming, that he can't come to you, Ugwaji. People can't they wonder, like people were trying to understand why exactly what happened to Ugwaji. There would be maximum security. He said he's not coming. Is as long as it's Ugwaji, he's not coming. And believe it, the place in question is not that bad because I've been there. I've been there personally. It's not that bad, but it's just personal decisions. There are places he would not be. So also everybody building a brand. The moment you're trying to get your face to be out there, the reason that you're trying to get your face to be out there is for you to be able to take certain decisions. Once your face don't dey out there, there are things that you should not associate your brand with. As a comedian, there's kind of jokes you crack when you're upcoming, and when you become a face, when you know that your performance will definitely go viral. Like using basket mouth as an example, any video basket mouth should do now would go viral.
Mm-hmm.
Any video he does now will definitely go viral. So there are certain things I feel basketball should not even be saying in the name of joke, because the moment you say it, it's going to go viral. So also Kiekie is coming out to come and point out that as long as it's her brand, there are certain things she doesn't want to associate her brand with. She's even going well to say yes, she still value what you do. See, me also a gentleman, there are people I would never work with. And I don't value what you do. I'm judging you. I'm judging you. I will not tell you anything because you have not come to me one up. But if you peradventure come to me in the nearest future, I will tell you face to face. Kiekie is not judging you. Kiekie values what you're doing, but I am judging you, and I don't value what you are doing. If there's a way for me to stop what you're doing, I will stop it. It got people will be saying like that. So everybody that is into branding, everybody is trying to build a brand, even upcoming artists, if we decide to be honest with ourselves, there are places that, okay, take for example, even among people who say be upcoming, there are people that are still a little bit well known. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? There are people that in their immediate environment, their name is already ringing a bell. So people like that are well known in their immediate environment, they're the kind of shows you will call them, they will not come. There's the kind of work you will call them to, they will not come. There's the kind of things that you will not see them doing. It's very, very normal. If we are trying to judge people for that particular statement, imagine seeing a music video of Messi Chinwo drinking and smoking.
Ah.
So it's just what it is. Everybody knows what's best for their brand. As long as you are not a manager, you should not be uncomfortable about that particular statement. That is just it. I like the fact that she didn't call any names. I'm tempted to call a lot of names of people that their skits are always something else. But I will not call names. I should not call name. Me myself, no call name. But I feel as long as you are not her manager, please, not to be say you're supposed to talk for inside. Do any other thing I've more enter the next story.
I bet me will enter the next story. They want us to call them so that we'll start dragging her front and back. Oh, I beg you, make una hold on for there. Let us continue, Sita.
All right, that being said, get right into the very next story. Now, Davido said something. He said his greatest fear is not knowing when to quit. He doesn't know when exactly he's supposed to stop doing music. And that is a concern for a lot of entertainers because as a comedian, you are told that you should leave when the ovation is highest. But for somebody that is always trending, it seems the ovation is always highest for you. When exactly? And one terrible thing about quitting is you might decide to quit music officially, and then after a couple of months, you see that you quit too early. You quit too early. You might decide to remain in the game, and after a while, you will see that you would have left 2 years ago. So it is something else. Joy, I beg.
You know what? Our Afrobeat singer, David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, is here again with it. And I don't know, should I call it a dilemma or should I call it something that is disturbing him in his heart? Yeah, so he has come out to let fans know. And I want you to let us know, when do you think Davido should quit? Okay, we want to hear from you. But then let us go into what Davido said. Now, in a video broadcast, Davido candidly disclosed that his biggest fear is not knowing when to quit. Okay, in his words, he said, if there is one thing I could build, I would build a therapy center for people who were popular and very successful people, because it is crazy to be on top of the world and the next moment you are not. Even in soccer, you win World Cup, Champions League, and other trophies, and people still don't think it is enough. For instance, look at my good friend Ronaldo. After everything he's done for football, they still laugh at him for exiting the World Cup. That is my greatest fear. I have worked so hard for me to come and spoil it with something. I pray to God every day to show me the right time to pack it up. See, you know what? I don't know. Also, that you see this thing, fans are taking it with mixed reactions. People are cheering him on, people are supporting. Some people are saying, "Oh, why do you want to quit?" Someone say, "No, no, 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 don't quit. Still be there." But okay, let us go to what some fans said. One fan said, "I've been saying this. It's time for Ronaldo to leave football before football leave him. It's time for him to leave Portugal team because he's shadowing young stars." Oh, please go and advise Ronaldo. That one is that one is for you, okay? Somebody said, now the problem where Wizkid they face now be this. Baba don't miss when he supposed drop mic. I don't know why people always, somebody, I keep saying it, blog fans, it is fans that will cause problem for our stars. I'm telling you, you keep dragging this person. Because you're a fan of this person doesn't mean you should not respect the other person's opinion or what the person said. Why are you putting Wizkid inside this thing now? Yeah, what is your want to quit? The problem that Wizkid also did not know when to quit. Oh wow. Well, another person said that the best time to leave the stage is when the clap is the loudest. That's the one fan. One fan said the best time to leave the stage is when the clap is the loudest. Another person said something, and this one is coming from a bitter note. Yes, what's that? Because some people can be so bitter. Why I said it? This fan said, I'm going to say it exactly the way this person said it. The person said, I can bet. He said that he can bet his family that the only time Ronaldo thought about you, that is not about Davido, is when someone close to him remind him about you with describing you and a picture. He follows you on Instagram doesn't make you his friend. No heat, but let's not deceive the audience. Even me sef, I dey vex for the fan wey talk this kind thing. I'm telling you, he's a male fan. Because why I see it as being bitter. What is your business, even though Ronaldo is a friend of Davido or not? Are you Ronaldo's friend? Do you follow Davido around to know the people you associate with? Why will you come and bet on your family on something that is not your business? The thing is just somehow. And I think the way I was feeling, that is how one fan is feeling. Because one fan said something. The fan said, "You be Momo original one. Make I tell you why." So Ronaldo just woke up one morning and think of who to follow and choose Davido. Abi, you think a random person can just pick a call, could just pick up his phone and call Ronaldo on VC just like that? Now, if they are not friends, then how did Ronaldo personally invite Davido at Manchester United to watch him play and go to dinner after the match? I don't know, Osita, how do you see this whole thing? Because I just feel that some people are just bitter. I don't want to go through everything our fans said because it's just, I don't know.
Some fans are very wonderful people. Yes, I'll be using that particular word. Some fans are very, very wonderful people because I'm still trying to understand how the conversation is somebody, an Afrobeat artist, a musician coming out to come and say he is praying to God to know when exactly to quit music. And they were talking about Ronaldo and friendship, and I don't know. I don't know. Nigerians are very quick to shift focus. How exactly is Ronaldo knowing Davido the conversation? Like, how did the conversation get there? This person is coming out to come and say, I do not. I'm praying. I know the best time to leave, and you're replying that Ronaldo doesn't know you. How is it related? How
Also, sorry,
exactly is it
also that
related?
sorry for cutting you short. Sorry for cutting you short. This thing, it's coming from talking about therapy. Building a home, maybe a place where successful people can maybe go to, because people don't know that even if you're successful, you still have your own burdened. You still have your own issues. Okay, it's not easy that somebody is always on the stage, everybody is always calling the person's name, and all of a sudden nobody is calling your name. You see, it's not even Davido is not the only person that keeps talking about what of when you are no longer on the stage. What of when you're no longer there, you're no longer reigning, you're no longer, in front of every, picture, every advertisement. What now happens? What's there? This kind of thing,
It is
some people go
even
through
easier
trauma
as well.
to adjust.
It
You
is
were saying
even
something?
easier for people. It's easier for people like that to enter depression. It is easier for people like that to become depressed because, believe it or not, at one point you're the heat of the moment, everybody's talking about you, and the next point you don't have money to drink water. It is easier for people like that to enter depression at that particular point. See, it's understandable. The therapy and everything is very much understandable. I get that before. It is one of the most painful thing that can happen to anybody. It's one of the most like, imagine even without the fame, imagine a situation whereby you have money, you're able to afford your meal, and then something should happen. Probably you have a downside in business or you have a showdown, and the money is no longer there. You can't afford things that you were actually affording before. I'm not even talking about the luxurious life. I'm not even talking about lifestyle. I'm talking about basic things that you could afford before. You can't afford them anymore based on say money don't flow. It is very easy for that kind of person to enter depression. Not to talk of the situation whereby you were the talk of the town. There are a couple of them that I would refrain from mentioning their name because we know that they were trending all over social media. They were everywhere. Everybody was talking about them. When they pass, you see people screaming, calling their name, running to hug them, and the trend passed, and so also everybody forgot about them. So people like that would eventually need therapy. And one thing Davido should actually understand is, or one thing I feel everybody, not just Davido, one thing I feel everybody should understand is the fact that nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And no matter how much you try, you can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. No matter the kind of standard Ronaldo tried to create in football. I mean, you cannot talk about football today without calling some certain names. And Ronaldo is one of them. Ronaldo is one of them. You can't talk about the success and the growth of football without calling these people. But still, yet you still see people that are mocking them. You still see people that are talking down on them. So you can't please everybody. To the fan that's coming out to come and say Ronaldo doesn't know the video, that doesn't affect the price of gas in my area. It doesn't. So I do not even see that as a topic of conversation. See, if you want to believe that they are not friends, beautiful. If you want to believe that they are friends, amazing. But if you are in the year 2026, your major concern is somebody's friend list. I'm just trying to imagine how it would be if we finish FameIdols this night, we eat and we decide to sleep. And then we wake up tomorrow and I see one of my family member coming out to use me as swear. What's that problem? Seriously speaking, what's that problem? So I'm seriously pitying for his family that were on their own trying to make their ends meet, and then somebody is using them to swear for what does not concern them. We will get very serious problem. Big ups to the video sincerely, and big ups to every other person that is actually out there and trying to, make it. More people like that. Every other person that is out there trying to make it. As they said, it has been a statement for a very long time. It's best to leave when the ovation is highest. So Davido, he will definitely get to that point where he would notice that the ovation is highest. We just pray for guidance. We pray for discernment for him to be able to know, okay, this is the right time. And we pray say Davido no go fall out of grid because he still get artists that were all over the place. Then after a while they fell off. We just pray say he no go fall off. He go use him hand boots. Joy.
Yes, so now so you be on top the video matter. I'm gonna leave it with what one of fans said. A fan said success doesn't remove the need for healing, whether before or after retirement. True peace comes from God. May He heal every hidden burden and surround people with the right support. Okay, some people feel that if I was saying, oh, why do they need therapy? Don't they have family? You don't, there are certain things that it's not your family won't just be enough. to heal that thing that is, that is inside, that is within you, that needs healing. Well, whatever it is, we wish him all the best. Okay. So, Osita, please, let's continue.
Yes, of course. Let's get right into the very next story. And like we said at the start of the show, Peller is in the news. I mean, wedding bells is everywhere. I can remember vividly when a lot of people were arguing all over the social space, all over the social media space, rather. They were everywhere coming out to come and say that Peller and Jarvis is definitely a skit. It is not going to happen. There is no way these two will become an item. That don't worry, just watch. They will soon break up. The moment that there was a breakup between them, you hear people shouting, I thought I knew they were not going to last. I knew they were going to break up. I knew these two were just deceiving the whole of Nigeria. Like play, they came back together even without announcing it publicly. We just noticed that these two were back together. People were saying, "You see a comment on a publicity stunt. Don't worry, they will soon break up again. There is no way they will end up together." And they did their traditional marriage. People were shouting, "Don't worry, it's all for content, it's all for likes, it's just traditional marriage. Don't mind them. They are playing with us." And now, officially, dates are out for the white wedding. Nigerian TikTok creator Hamzat Habib Adelaja, popularly known as Peller, has actually revealed that he is privately enrolled in a marriage counseling class ahead of his white wedding with his wife Amadu Elizabeth Aminata, popularly known as Jarvis. Now, speaking in a recent live stream, Peller disclosed that counseling class was part of the reasons for his absence from social media. That he's actually going through class to understand the dynamics of a marriage. He explained that he enrolled in the marriage counseling to be a better husband for Jarvis. "I have been attending marriage counseling privately to learn how to treat Jarvis properly. That is why I have not been active on social media like before." Peller also disclosed that he has bought a $36,000 TV van for his upcoming white wedding with Jarvis, stressing that he wants to be televised for fans to view from all over the world. News people report that Peller and Jarvis announced on Saturday that their white wedding will be held on the 1st of August 2026. The couple had their traditional wedding in Benin City, Edo State. Joy, did you watch that action movie that Peller did, where he was fighting and punching and throwing people left, right, and center? Did you watch the action film?
No, I did not watch it. I did not watch it.
That the kind of fight wey Peller fight for him and Jarvis just dey go. They want to announce the date to us. They carry briefcase. They were working on the brief. Before you know it, 5 people from nowhere appeared and want him from announcing the date, but he beat 55 people. If you see punches, he was everywhere beating people, doing backflip, jumping up and down, and finally announced the date to be 1st of August. Say a streamer doing wedding, that the wedding, you don't need to disturb yourself going to the venue, because he is very sure that the wedding is going to be streamed live. Some of the people that were coming out to say this wedding is not going to hold are the same people that are coming out to come and say they can't wait to attend the wedding 1st of August. You see, Nigerians are very, very wonderful people. People are coming out to come and wish them well, while some people are still that they are not to be married. Somebody is coming out to come and call on those celebrities that were saying Peller young to get married. They are coming out to them, letting them know that they have some days left to stop their white wedding, because if you know they are too young to get married, this is the best time to stop them from getting married. That's what somebody went in the comment section. But a lot of congratulations was flying left, right, and center. Joy.
You know what? They cannot stop the wedding if they want to. That's just it. They cannot stop the wedding. They cannot. The marriage has started already. Yes, when you have gone to do the traditional rite for the lady you want to marry, the family has accepted. The marriage has started. So if you don't want them to get married, it's your business. Yes, you feel they are too young. Oh, what do they know about marriage? No, whatever. See, even the people that know about marriage, some of them, we are surprised at the kind of thing that happened there. Yes, we are surprised. Somebody was saying, oh, these people are just making content. No problem. No problem. Another fan said, for wedding wey no go last reach 1 year, and me I say God forbid. Yes, for them, I'm on behalf of Peller and Jarvis saying God forbid. Yes, even another fan said something, how your own marriage be you wey you dey talk this kind thing. And many fans were even attacking that person. I think some people are also of the old of are also of are also supporting my opinion of God forbid. So another somebody said, make una try dey support this boy once. Na abeg, make we no wish am bad. Somebody said don't wish him bad, let's support him. Okay. Another person, somebody was saying, oh, I'm afraid for Pella. Oh, if there is another breakup, heartbreak, will he be able to bear it? Are you the one that want to give him the heartbreak? Somebody said, I'm very sure about Pella, about him wanting this marriage to work. It's a Jarvis I am not sure of. I don't know what is in her mind. Hey, you people want to open her mind and analyze what is inside there. And the funny thing is that it is the men that are saying this thing. What is it? Was it? I don't understand. Just become a woman so you can know what is inside Jarvis' mind. She has accepted to marry somebody. What is your problem with that? Okay, what is your problem? Please let us be happy for them and wish them well. Okay, somebody said you guys will be surprised and these people will marry for a long, long, long time. Okay, another person said, I hope Jarvis is also going for the counseling. Yeah, she's going. Do you think that marriage counseling is only the male that go for the man? The man and the woman goes for counseling. Only in fact, people. Somebody said, I know Jarvis will go. She's older than him and she knows better. See, somebody said something. If I reply that she's older than him doesn't mean that she knows better. It doesn't mean that you cannot use her to generalize that whoever that is older knows better. Some people are older and they don't know better. Yes, I understand that part. Are you getting? But please leave them alone, whether older or younger. That is how they want to do it together. Yes, they are getting married and we are preparing our Ashoebi. Yeah, so if you're interested, please leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us hear from you, okay? And we're also getting ready our dancing shoes. Please leave us a comment. Osita, please, let's continue.
Somebody actually said even if Jarvis doesn't go for the marriage counseling, even if it's only Pella that should go for marriage counseling, when he gets home, he's going to teach Jarvis what they taught him. He will teach her and she will learn. Yes, he's going on behalf of both of them. Say, Mona, just leave the two of them, make them rest. But any which way, congratulations are in order and we're looking forward for the success of their wedding. And people are already from now clamoring for a wedding that's going to shake the internet. I mean, some people are even setting the standards as high as Chivido. Some people are setting Chivido, saying that we are going to be having another Chivido style of, or should I say, brand or standard of wedding. Yes, people are setting the standard as high as Chivido for Jarvis and Pella. While some people have the opinion that it might be a very, very intimate ceremony and it might not be as grand as we're expecting it to be. Some people are saying that they are very sure that Bad Belle would make it to the venue to confirm if they are getting married truly. So he's expecting a lot of crowd in this venue of the wedding. Any which way, the 1st of August is not as far as we think. So we'll be here with updated news the moment it reaches our table. That being said, we go tiptoe come out from that particular story, enter the very next story. One thing about social media is if you're saying anything that is in regards to religion, the moment you want to think about religion, just be very ready for dragging because people will drag you left, right, and center. Before you talk about anything religion, be very sure that your shock absorber is working very, very well. Funnybone made very bold statements and people have been dragging him ever since. Joy.
Yes, so our popular Nigerian comedian and actor Chibunna Stanley, popularly known as Funny Boy, has stirred conversation on social media about Yes, about relationship with between faith, trauma, and emotional healing. Now, in a post shared on his Instagram page, the comedian argued that becoming born again does not automatically erase childhood trauma. Okay, now according to him, in his words, he said, "I hope that one day the church understand that some personality traits have nothing to do with spirituality. Okay, personality trait, maybe character behavior, has nothing to do with spirituality, and that being born again doesn't erase childhood trauma or behavioral dysfunction." Okay, Funny Boy further emphasized that therapy, religion, and spirituality can coexist, encouraging believers to seek professional support where necessary. He said, "Yet the heart can still be deeply wounded, bitter, or unkind because unresolved trauma often shapes subconscious reactions." He added that he noted that some of the most difficult personalities he has encountered and identify themselves as born again Christians, they he said he added that some of these difficult personalities he has encountered, most of them identify themselves as born again Christian. So he added that spiritual rebirth should not be viewed as substitute for emotional healing. I don't know. I think we have some fans who are agreeing with what Funny Boy is saying. Okay, because somebody said something, somebody said something that some men, they saw their dad beat their mom, and their mom did not run. She was bearing all those things, and some of those men grow up to feel that it is normal. And then we have some ladies who, maybe they saw their mom insult their dad, embarrass him, and they grow up feeling that, oh, it's a normal way. Okay. And the fan went out of saying that a pastor cannot pray that away from that person. The person needs to be aware that that is not the right way of being in a relationship, in a marriage, and accept to get therapy. The person needs to heal from that kind of mindset, of believing that, oh, that is the way it should be. Okay. And another fan said something. Somebody said that, that some deep-seated emotional wounds and toxic behavior pattern is often dictate subconscious reactions, meaning that spiritual rebirth alone will not fix past emotional damage, because if you have some childhood trauma from your past, even if you grow up, you become born again, you're now a Christian, and you're now born again, it doesn't mean that those things don't still play in your mind. It doesn't mean that sometimes you don't remember something that happened, something this. And somebody said there are some people that say they are born again, but there are people that they can never forgive. When those people come around them or they see things like that happening again, they always remember, flashback, it's there. That reminder, even if you become born again, you become, oh, this and that, that reminder, that flashback still comes. Okay. Now, another fan said something that sometimes this unhealed childhood trauma gets passed down to children as generational cause. You know, this person said it requires intentional professional help and the willingness to do the work. The willingness to also accept that there is an issue, there is a problem, and you need to become better. Although some people are arguing that, oh, also that some people are arguing that, oh, once you are a Christian, you have become born again, all things have passed away, all things have become new, so you can never have that kind of problem again, and all that. Okay, now, a fan said something. A fan decided to answer, and I think I'm going to agree with what this fan said. This fan by name Michael. Michael said that being born again is not an automatic antidote for mental health caused by maybe trauma or accident. Because what Funny Boy is trying to convey is that not everything is spiritual problem, as many pastors or religious people interpret it to be. Some are as a result of childhood trauma, which needs medical attention or a therapist to solve the problem. Now, the person went on to say that as for the Bible passage you quoted about all things have is old and new things have become new, the passage is not about healing one of trauma or accident. For one to become a new creature is to have a renewed mindset. It's your mindset that changes, okay, from what you used to see, the kind of things you used to reason before, the way you see things, okay. Being born again does not automatically heal someone of all traumas. I don't know, Osita, how do you see this? Okay, you think being born again just heals somebody of all the traumas the person is going through? How do you see it, Osita?
I would cite an example before talking about this born again of a thing. See, there was a time when it was noted that a lot of people were being rushed to the church. You understand? And these people that were rushed to the church, it was said that these people they have obanje, that they are possessed. And you see the church doing different forms of prayer, fasting, deliverance section, trying to heal these people of obanje because it was noticed that they do fall sick periodically. You will just see of yours that after a while, this child go just get attacked. He go just get sickness. It was just like in the fall sick. Over the years, when when English medicine entered into the picture, when they were able to get professional medical doctors to checkmate the situation, it was discovered that this obanje, this demonic possession that the church was fighting spiritually, was as a result of this child being a sickler, SS. So it was the regular crisis that a sickle cell patient carry. Let me say sickle cell warriors, the regular crisis that they face was what these people were trying to cure with prayer. Now, I'm not disputing the fact that prayer works, but it is supposed to be very simple and straightforward. The moment you're having things like this, there are medicines, there are medications you're supposed to take to remedy the situations. Not like prayer is not good, but it is best for you to take those medications, then pray for the medication to work. That actually makes sense. At that particular point, nobody was educating a male genotype and the types of genotype they were not supposed to marry. They were just getting married and giving birth to children. And if anything should happen to the child, they will say the child was possessed, it's obanje, it is this and is that. See, in as much as the spiritual is very, very important, we should also understand that the physical is also very, very, very important. There are people that are seriously flawed and they are living amongst us. There are a lot of see, I would always make reference to one of the most amazing novels I've read in recent times, Purple Hibiscus. Now, the main character in that particular movie, Eugene, is practically a born again Christian, a practicing Catholic. But if you look at the things he was doing in that particular movie, you would see it is not normal. It's not then normal to do. Imagine his child. Now I'm making reference to the novel. Imagine his child, because of this particular child miscommunion, he nearly breaking head. I think there was a time when it was like the child did something that he was not really happy about. He took the child to the bathtub, put the child inside the bathtub, and brought boiling water, burnt the child feet inside bathtub. After he don't burn roast the feet finish, like who want do chicken. Now he can't they use the hand they treat that same pikin. So in that particular novel, this man was supposed to be a born again. So what I'm trying to say in essence is there are a lot of traumas, there are a lot of mental health issues that are supposed to be approached the right way, medically. That's why they are trained professionals. It's so wonderful that you see churches that have trained professionals amongst their men of God. There's a kind of thing you would be going through, and the man of God will keep spirituality, use physical, follow you. The place I actually worship, there was a man of God, he's no longer with us. There was a man of God that was a psychologist. So when you have those issues that you really need to talk to somebody, sometimes he will tell you, I'm not speaking to you as your man of God. I'm speaking to you as a trained professional psychologist. So it's very, very normal. It's very Funnybone is actually speaking in the right track. I feel what he said is correct and the way it's supposed to be. There are certain times whereby spirituality It's not a magic wand. It doesn't just erase past trauma. There are things that if you don't talk about it, if you don't clear the air, it would always be there. There are a lot of born again Christians that are carrying one problem or the other, going through stuff and making people go through stuff while remaining born again. So it doesn't just automatically wipe off your childhood trauma. You need to approach professionals. Now the way we be say I take you see I'm joy.
Also that I think we're going to close this with if I was saying that if you're sick or passing through any trauma, go for treatment and be treated. Okay, and I'm going to end it with some people will say read your Bible, and they have a reason for saying that. Okay, even if you're going through traumas, okay, you're going through get help. People will advise you get help. Yes, you're not just praying about it. Even if you're praying about it, read your Bible. There are places in the Bible. There's a way the Bible covers a lot of things. Okay, if you're not reading about casting and binding, you're reading about, you could read Proverbs, you could read wisdom. Okay, there are things you would learn about how to go about issues, certain issues of life, and I think it would help a lot. Okay, to go in the long run. Okay, but whatever it is, okay, we wish you well, and if you're going through any kind of issues, please seek help. What's it? Please, let's continue.
Yes, of course. And yes, if you're going through anything, please do well to seek help. That's the most important thing. Seek help and know the way to remedy the situation. That being said, we dive right into the last, but not the least, story for today. Now, Tanzanian music star Diamond Platinum marriage has actually hit the rock as his wife, singer Zuchu, announced a split. Now, Zuchu actually announced the end of their 6-year union in a post on her Instagram story on Sunday. The songstress, who is Platnumz record label signee, did not disclose the reason for the split, but said, "We tried, but Allah has his own plans." While revealing that the divorce is ongoing, she added, "I have finally decided to choose myself, and this is a time to heal on my health and career. My husband and I are now separated and going through a divorce. I announced this with a heavy heart. After 6 years of being together, I finally decided to choose myself." Newspaper don't report that the couple officially got married in June 2025 after 5 years of togetherness. Reacting to the announcement, Diamond Platinum's ex-lover, that is socialite Zari Hazard, who ended a relationship with him over his alleged cheating habits, applaud Zuchu for her ability to cope. Now, this is something that have got people talking. I mean, you were together for 5 years and they finally got married last year, and this year you don't finally decide to choose yourself. People are asking uncomfortable questions. Somebody's trying to know, is it that thing that is making you choose yourself now? Is it that you did not see it in the 5 years that you people were dating and you are just seeing it now? Or you spent 5 years closing your eye and it's after marriage that you are deciding to choose yourself? Is it that the choice was not there before? People are asking, that thing that's making you choose yourself, is it that it just started after you people got married? A lot of questions are flying left, right, and center. Joy.
See, you know what? One fan said, "I know they took mad for inside relationship matter," and I don't blame the fan for saying that. Okay, I don't blame the fan. Somebody was saying this thing could be content. Someone said this is not the first time we've heard about this. Another fan said all this while she has been with him, she knows about the baby mama and his cheating habits, and she stayed there. But somebody was defending her, saying that you people don't know how it's made, how it is when you really love somebody and you hope that the person will change, the person will become better. Maybe that is what has happened to her, and now she has seen that nothing is changing. She has decided to move on. Now, no matter what it is, okay, I wish her well. And the fan said, "May everybody find peace." Okay, so that is where I'm going to end it. I'm not going to go into much of it. May everybody find peace. And somebody said they might even be planning to release a new, it seems as if a new we are expecting a new video soon. Somebody said we're expecting a new music soon. I don't know. Somebody said, oh, they're just trying to put themselves, in everybody's face before they release their new song. Whatever it is, we'll know more from them as time goes on. What's it? Please, let's continue.
Yes, of course. As Joy rightfully said, she's wishing Zuchu well, and me, I'm wishing Diamond well. Yes, I'm wishing Diamond well. In fact, let body try to last. It's normal for me when trying to introduce an artist, I would always sing the artist song, but for Diamond, I'm not going to be singing his song. Please, if you want to know the song he sang, go on YouTube and type Diamond. You see it there. It's not me that will come and bite my tongue this beautiful Monday night. It's not possible. So, Joe, your final words. Let's leave the studio in one.
Yes, so hope say you enjoy our story today from Kiekie, Davido, Peller, Funnybone, and Diamond Platnumz. And to wrap it up, I will say if you are sick, if you need help, please ask for help, seek help. Osita, please, let's continue.
Yes, of course. If you need help, do well to ask for help. That being said, this will be joining the curtains on today's program. Do not forget that we do this every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from the hours of 8 down to the hour of 9 o'clock. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. No leave, no transfer. That means on Wednesday, we'll bring another lineup of interesting stories for your information and entertainment, as the case may be. Don't forget that you're supposed to be following us across every social media platform: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X at FameIdols, yes, at FameIdols, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X. So that is where you'll be able to stay updated on every single information you need to know about all happening in the entertainment world, and also about the best way to use your talent to win money for yourself. I'm talking about FameIdols Got Talent Season 2. We are back, we are bigger, we are better, and we are, in fact, I'm permitted to say, stronger. More money involved, more cash prizes to be won. Get signed up on our website, www.fameidols.com. I take that again, www.fameidols.com. And if you're on WhatsApp, do well to follow the WhatsApp channel, because updates they drop on a regular. Till on Wednesday, Osita Gentleman, I be my name, and I'm always in the studio with
Joy, your baby girl. Good night.
good